It is something 25% of young men deal with and 50% of older men. And for women, 13% under age 50 have a form of balding, and that number rises to 37% after menopause. So many ask, with medical miracles, why can't we help with those battling baldness? Now researchers believe they actually have the cure to this problem. Stem cells may be the key to help you live well. Joining us today is John Citino, Clinical Director for Laser Hair and Scalp Clinic in Clearwater. Thank you very much for being here.
Nice to be here.
First off, tell us about this stem cell research.
Well, there's a lot of research in stem cells. Of course, stem cells come from fetal tissue, from umbilical cords, from placenta, but the research that's going on with hair is primarily stem cells that we're taking from what's called the bulb. The hair root itself has an area about halfway up on the dermal sheath that has stem cells. And these stem cells have been successfully taken from this bulb and implanted. Now, we do it with a laser, but it's been implanted, and this actually grows hair. So there's been some research done in this area, and we're kind of following up on that at this point.
You've been involved with some of this research, correct?
Since 1991, we found out that hair in 1991 would grow in vitro. And it became a great model for research for cancer, for other things, because it is an organ. It's not as complicated as a heart or a liver, but it is an organ. And by having this hair available to us, we found that these stem cells did exist in the hair bulb, and we took it a step further. We actually implant the hair root. When we do a conventional hair transplant, that root is implanted into the skin and always grows. But if we take the stem cells from the bulge in the dermal sheath, in many cases we get hair growth there as well. So we can take a person that has a limited number of donor hair in the area that wish to have more hair, and we can basically double the hair that they have to take
Now, you mentioned the procedure, though, earlier. It involves a laser earlier, correct?
Right. We do laser-assisted hair transplants. In other words, we, for several years, since 1995, have taken hair from the nape of the neck and transferred it to a thinning or balding area with a microscope, dissecting the hair, and then utilizing a laser to evaporate the water out of the skin and make a hole the size of the hair. The hair root's put into place and can grow immediately.
So basically, if you take it from my neck, if I had a spot right up here, take it from my neck, just put it and plant it right up in here.
Put it wherever you want.
And it would begin to grow.
It'll grow for life.
Really?
It'll grow for life. Now,
so in terms of what type of patients is this for? Is this for those type of patients that are just completely bald, those who are thinning?
Well, we are limited with patients. Now, in many cases, especially with females, they have limited hair on the sides. When females lose their hair, sometimes they have more of a diffuse hair loss, and we don't have good donor area to take from, so they're not good candidates. Or a person who's very bald and just has a little hair around the edge of his head. So there's a limited number. We're robbing Peter to pay Paul, so Peter has to have enough to give up.
So females are not great candidates in this case?
In most cases. If they have general female pattern diffused hair loss throughout, they're a lot of times not good candidates. But if they have a spot baldness or just on the top of the head, they're good candidates, and we can work with females.
When is something like this going to become available for everyone who might be out there watching, who says, I got this type of situation, I'd like to try to utilize this?
Well, at this particular point, we're still doing our research on using stem cells and the root and doubling the hair and coming up with that. So that's something we're doing on a regular basis with our laser every day. Now, however, research is being done by Dr. Kim and some of the other doctors in Korea, and they have actually mapped that genetic code in the stem cell.
In 5 seconds, what are we looking at in cost?
Probably 30 grand 5 years from now.
Wow.
We'll probably have to do it in the Bahamas, too, because of the political environment with
I understand that, so you're going to have to go overseas and pay about $30,000, but it's something that a lot of people, I'm sure, would want to try to invest in if they have that desire and if it works. John Citino, thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
The Hair and Scalp Clinic in St. Petersburg taking a look at amazing laser microsurgery, a way to help you grow hair, coming up.
To see if you can use this to, I guess, regain the scalp or the hair you lost?
That's exactly right. If you're going bald, you're losing that hair, this is really a painless way to go, and it's the newest technology. We're here at the Hair and Scalp Clinic in St. Petersburg, one of only a few places across the country that are using this amazing technology right now. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing here with our patient. How do you get started with this type of surgery?
We took a small strip of hair out from the back between the ears, and the technicians are dissecting it into 1 to 2 hair grafts. After it's dissected, we insert it into these small little laser holes. Now, this is different than conventional. We used to have to use a big plug, take out tissue, had a lot of excessive bleeding in the past, but the laser now, much less pain, swelling, and basically no bleeding.
And our patient is so quiet. We're going to talk to him in a few minutes and find out why he chose this way. But yeah, no more scalpel. I mean, that's what I noticed.
Right. No more scalpel on the top. We'll still use it in the back to take the strip out, but it has really made the whole process so much easier for the patient.
Wow, this is amazing. And what you're doing now, and I'm going to put my little glasses on here because by law you should wear glasses when you're doing this. Wow.
Now we can put these close together. Each little laser hole that we make is 0.8 millimeters, so you can see how the grafts are very small. You never get the big plug look like you used to in the past.
Okay.
So that's our kind of claim to fame.
And when we come back, tell us more about how it works and how it allows the hair to grow back and who this may be good for when we come back.
It's fascinating,
It
Elaine.
really
Thank
is.
you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Elaine Licadano. If you're losing your hair and you've tried just about everything, well, today we're going to show you amazing laser microsurgery at 1/3 of the cost of surgery you may have had before.
Are being used to help people grow a full head of hair. Hi, Elaine.
Hi, Jennifer. Yeah, if you're losing your hair, you want to take a close look at the laser. It's painless surgery that could change your life.
It may help people with...
Losing their
I'm
hair.
looking for a delicate way of putting this. People who are losing their hair.
Going bald.
That's right. There you go.
That's
We
as
might as
delicate
well
as it
just say
gets.
it. Yeah, you know.
You're better at this than I, Elaine. Thank you.
Well, this is good for men and women. Watching Mel Arthur, our patient, and he's smiling and laughing through all of this, doctor. It's pretty amazing, the way that I see it.
Mel is doing quite well. He's had it done conventionally, and there's a substantial difference between the old way and the new way. Mel could probably tell you that what he thinks is different.
Mel, why are you here? Obviously.
Well, obviously, I wanted to fill in some of the dots that on top, but I had been bald to the point where I'd worn what they call these hair systems and hair pieces, and they never looked the same way once in a row on television when I was on Home Shopping. So
We have video of you on when you were on Home Shopping for a few years there, and let's show that video because I want you to see the hairpiece that Mel used to wear, what you looked like before.
it could be all over the place sometimes, you know, just and the color never matched. So finally, I went and had the hair transplant, and this is a piece of cake. It really is. Can't feel anything.
Do we have that video of Mel in there? We can roll and show what he looked like. Mel, this is something that you wanted to do for a long time, or just another way to get your hair growing back?
Oh yeah, it's well actually right now. I guess we had mentioned it earlier. I'm involved in an age discrimination suit with Home Shopping, and I'm trying to look younger, obviously, and I think a lot of men are. So I lost my job over my age, and now I'm basically working on trying to look younger. I've lost 58 pounds and
Wow.
get back in shape, and this is going to help me to look younger. And this is the best thing I think any man could do for himself.
Well, you're
because
looking
it's-
great. You're
Thank you.
looking great. This up here, I wanted to point out, this was surgery you had
These are
before.
three transplants that were done conventionally with a scalpel. But this is so much easier. I mean, with this laser, I can't feel or hear anything, and
Well, you told me in your last surgery you were a big baby.
oh, I was. I mean, I'm a person that cries at dental X-rays, so this is really easy.
All right, well, we're going to keep our laser glasses on, tell you more about this procedure, how it works, how the hair grows, and why it may be good for you when we come back.
All right. Thank you so much, Elaine. Appreciate that. It really is amazing what they can do
Yeah.
with lasers these days. The Hair and Scalp Clinic is located at 43555 Almerton Road. They're in Clearwater. Telephone number 1-800-883-4247.
Hair and Scalp Clinic in St. Petersburg, and this is one of only a few clinics in the entire country doing or replacing hair with a zap of the laser. Come see how it's done.
I'm feeling to see if I could use a couple of those
I
zaps.
wasn't going to say anything. They used one of these, a scalpel, to help you grow hair again, but now they're using the scalpel of the 90s, a laser. Find out how it works. It's pretty amazing, and find out how it's changing a lot of lives.
It seems like everything in medicine is turning in the form of light. Elaine Licadano is joining us now with more on that. Hi, Elaine.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Jennifer. Time to put on the laser glasses because I am witnessing, along with you this morning, up close, laser hair replacement. Give us an idea of how this works.
Well, what we're basically doing now is using a laser to make recipient sites. They're about 0.8 millimeters, and then we insert a little graft that has 1 or 2 hairs into it, and within a couple months the hair starts to grow.
And you take the hair that's already on the head from a thicker area.
We take the hair from the back between the ears, and we know that's a genetically stable hair, and will continue to grow for the patient's life.
I see. And Mel here had typical male pattern baldness. So
Correct. And he had surgery done conventionally, bigger type of grafts that sometimes can look kind of like a cornrow. With the laser, we can put grafts real close together, small, and you'll never have the appearance of a cornrow type.
make it look very even, natural.
Very natural, very even, yes.
This procedure, I guess the biggest difference is the pain factor. There is no pain with this.
Well, what we typically do, use a local topical cream. It'll help numb the skin. And then we can use local anesthetic, and Mel can tell you that it's basically been a painless procedure.
Yeah, well, the fact that he's smiling tells me
Don't ask him, ask me.
Yes, that's right. He hasn't cried or anything.
How does the hair grow? How does it work?
Well, what happens after we put the graft in, it'll take a month or two for the nourishment and the blood supply, and the grass will start to grow.
It's like growing grass or growing a tree.
Basically, yes, and you'll find that probably 6 months from now, this whole crown will be covered with hair.
Wow, wow. And men and women, you're doing this?
We do men and women. We do more men than women, but we'll do females who may have had facelifts and scars that they want to cover. Now, females overall are not as big or candidates as men.
Okay. And when we come back, we're going to talk more with our patient, Mel, here, and find out what kind of cost we're talking about here. That's when we come back.
We want to head back out to Elaine Lucadano. She is telling us all about some new laser procedures that can help people who are losing their hair. Hi, Elaine.
Hey, we've been growing hair all morning, and this is so amazing. We've shown you a little bit how the laser works, and basically just poking tiny little holes. It's painless and no blood, and we like that, so we can even show it to you. Right now, doctor, what are you doing?
Right now, we just finished making the laser holes, and we're inserting small grafts that contain anywhere from 1 to 3 hairs into the laser holes.
Okay, and this hair will start growing within, say, 6 weeks or so?
6 weeks to 4 months at the outside.
What's amazing is that our patient Mel here could just get up and walk out today. This is same-day surgery.
He's going to walk out, no dressings or bandages on his head, and he's free to go home and rest, read a book, or whatever he wishes to do.
What about cost now, as compared to conventional surgery that we know where it's pretty involved? What are we talking about?
It can tend to be a third of the cost. The surgery we're doing today is around $2,000, and that's to fill in the whole crown.
And that's compared to, I think Mel told me he's paid $50,000 before.
Oh, you could spend, well, you could spend with, first of all, the hair systems, these hair systems, strand by strand systems over a 10-year period. You could probably spend $25,000 to $50,000 because you continually have to get replacement systems, and you have to have their service of like $85 to $100 a month. And the old hair transplants probably ran $15,000 to $25,000.
Wow. So this is pretty good for you then.
Oh, this is great. Yeah.
Well, Mel, I want to show some of your video from you've done Home Shopping Network for years,
right.
And that's you with your hairpiece on?
That's the hairpiece, and it was always a crapshoot every day as to what it was going to look like, where it was going to be. So.
Well, you don't look so bad there, but having your own hair, of course, natural growing, has probably got to be a great feeling for you.
Oh, it is, because there's no, as I said, that would, one day it would look good, one day it would look bad, one day it would be moving, it would be lower, it would be higher, I would get hate mail from people. They'd say, what is that thing on your, what is that thing on your head? And then when I found out about the hair transplant, I mean, you do it once, and it's done. I mean, it grows forever. You got your natural hair back.
And check this out. They even have a pile of movies in here you can watch while you get this done. So, and Mel almost fell asleep on us while he was having this done.
It's so relaxing. This is there's nothing to it.
Well, good luck, and you're looking great.
Thank you.
Lots of luck with this. And there you have it. Hair and Scalp Clinic. Give them a call if you want to know
Just
more.
like that.
All right, just like that.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
That is fascinating.
It really is.
The Hair and Scalp Clinic is located at 13555 Almerton Road in Clearwater. The telephone number, 1-800-883-4247.
Visit, take a look around and go, whoa, I don't like this place, and I'm out of here,
And
right?
you know where they go.
Right, to your neighbor's house.
That's right.
Because they don't have pest defense,
Those
right?
that don't have pest defense, they go to the neighbor.
Well, not everyone can laugh about what they have or don't have growing for them. For those, there are new advancements in hair replacement and growth, offering possibilities and confidence to millions of men.
I'm Jay Venable, and I'm 60 years old.
You would think he always had it all. Retired at 50, this very successful businessman lives an active life.
Approximately age 50, and I was really losing a lot of hair. I hardly had any from here up, and it made me look considerably older.
His solution, a laser hair transplant.
Yeah, I feel much better about myself because I look much younger than I did before.
Men from around the world come to the Hair and Scalp Clinic in Clearwater for the latest technology.
We're robbing Peter to pay Paul. We're taking hair from the back of the head where you have plenty and placing it where you want more.
Clinic director John Citino says the procedure is less painful than conventional hair plugs, and the results more natural.
After the hair grows in, we see a whole different person. We see them going to the gym. We see them losing weight. We see them trading cars for a convertible.
So, man, it's up to you whether nature gets the last laugh.
You know where they made me mad about going bald is when you go bald right here. Like I got a whole bunch of hair on my butt that could fall off.